Oh, hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me okay? Music not too loud. I had nothing doing after this because, or before this, because obviously my game was cancelled. So I've had the whole evening. I spent the whole evening making thumbnails and doing things. And I'll show you this. I'm trying to... I don't think I'm doing a very good job of it. I'm trying to build a shirt. A BAC shirt that you can all buy. If you want to buy it, you don't have to buy it. I mean, I think I'd buy it. I'm trying to build a cool looking shirt, but actually it's freaking hard to build. Because I wanted to get red in there for Death Company. Oh, sorry, red in there for Blood Angels, black in there for Death Company, gold in there for Sanguinary Guard. So I was just sitting here making shirts, watching the football, going, I've got plenty of time till 9 o'clock when I'm going live. And then I looked at the clock and it was like 2 minutes to 9, and I was like, oh crap, I haven't even set up the stream or nothing. But I suck at art, man. I suck so hard, so this is the best I could come up with. Does anyone actually like that, or do you think it's crap? You can be honest. Anyone else finding the Predator Destructor is the Bell of Baal now that Custodes are back? Well, I was going to run 2 Destructors this week, my man. Maybe that's why Colin decided he didn't want to play me. Maybe he was scared of the double Predator Destructor. I don't know how much I believe that, but yeah, I was going to run 2 Predator. That's what my list is. That's what the list that I submitted to the Tabletop Tactics League includes. 2 Predator Destructors. I was thinking they'd be good against Death Shroud Terminators, honestly. And I hadn't realised up until now, Death Shroud Terminator Flamers are pistols. So they can overwatch you at the end of your charge. So you can't even like charge them from out of line of sight and stop them overwatching. Mike says he thinks it's an epic shirt. Thanks, Mike. So how is everybody? Everyone doing well? I need to get the chat on my screen a little bit bigger. Give me 1 sec. Chat. I got like 2 chat windows. The 2 looks like too much like an esports jersey. I mean, it is an esports jersey, right? That's the website I'm designing it on, is an esports website. I guess it's an event shirt. It's probably too busy to just wear around, is it? It's expensive though on that website. I'm gonna have to try and find another website. It's $45 for the shirt. So I guess it's a bit like a soccer shirt or a... I mean, I might buy one for myself because the Blood Angel shirt that I made before wasn't great. I guess it's about finding... you want it flashy for events? True. You want to stand out? 2 Scoops is going to run 2 Battle Predators. But I don't have a Redeemer. I quite like the Redeemer. I've obviously been running it now for a few weeks. Right, so I did 3 of these guys. The question is, which 3? So I packed them all up to go to a game tonight, and then I unpacked them all. I think he is not being done. I kind of thought that I'd done this guy. Maybe I've done this guy. Yeah, I think I'd done that guy, but there's a tiny bit I want to fix. And I think I haven't done this guy. Okay, so these 3. Rambo is on his... Hello, Jim, by the way. Rambo's on his 3rd game. Eternal Crusader, good evening. He's beginning to shade the Deathwing armor. Good luck. How many models you got to do, Eternal Crusader? Like 30 Terminators. You got 2 boxes of it, right? Turns out full Death Company and jump ints with Captain can burn through a full unit of Terminator Knights in turn 1 with the Land Strat in the Sons of Sanguinius. I wouldn't have expected that, but I mean, Sons of Sanguinius is better now with the Strength 6 and with Lance. Yeah, I mean, I guess potentially with Lance you wound them on 2s, do you? Put a Sanguinary Priest in there for -2 AP as well. Mike's going to run a 3 Land Raider list. Do you know what? I think 2 Land Raiders is the limit, Mike, because having ran 2, it feels like that's a giant points hog. Like, I think you can possibly run 2, but it does feel like, my god, you have a lot of points invested in these Land Raiders. I'll just move this a tiny bit. Oh, is my camera lagging? Has my camera stopped? That didn't take long. What happened? What happened? Let me stop and start it again. Oh, I think the camera app's crashed. That's what's happened. Oh, it said that a minute ago. No USB device detected. Let me unplug it and plug it back in again. It's lying to me. There we go. Good afternoon, Trucker. I think the shirt would be better with the BAC character on the back of the shirt, and then our front a smaller BAC on the front left. Are the Predators better than running a Ballistus, or are you just doing it to save it 2 points? I think if I had the points, I would have run double Ballistus, because I've run Ballistus Dreadnoughts a bunch of times, and I do actually think Ballistus Dreadnoughts are very good, but the list that I was making, literally I couldn't fit in... I wanted 2 fire support units, and I literally couldn't fit in 2 Ballistus. And I just went, yeah, do you know what, I've been talking about thinking Predator Destructors are quite good, so why don't we give them one more chance? If we, you know, if we lose, we can change it, right? It's not the end of the world. But I do like the -2 AP for Predator Destructors, and I guess, I forget who it was in the chat, because there's so many people in chat already, but hello in chat. Somebody said that they felt that the Predator Destructor was really good into Custodes. And I guess that Strength 9 -2 flat 3 damage is pretty handy, right? So I think the Destructor is more of an anti-infantry tank, but more like an anti-elite infantry, right? But, hey, there's no right and wrong answer. I think Ballistus Dreadnoughts are really good. I've been playing them quite a bit. You love it having 8 Godhammer shots. Yeah, that was kind of my thought. If I've got 2 Destructors and a regular Land Raider, then I've got 8 las cannons to shoot every turn at 48 inches. And I kind of felt to myself, like, 8 las cannons every turn, 48 inches. The Destructors don't really need to get that close either, because the autocannons on them are 48 inches as well. So I was actually thinking of using the Destructors a little bit to help screen my backfield. I mean, they're cheap, 130 points. They got long range. I don't know. I'm still learning Sons of Sanguinius. I've only played it twice now since the data slate. I've won both times, but I'm still on the fence about like what's the best army list or what's the best units to be running in Sons of Sanguinius. I guess there's a lot of learnings. Some of you guys have been running Sons of Sanguinius the whole edition, props to you, but I certainly didn't. I ran a lot of Gladius, and I still think Gladius is really good, don't get me wrong. Like, I would still happily take Gladius to tournament. I think Gladius is a really good attachment for Blood Angels. The fall back and shoot, the advance and shoot, the advance and charge, all these things Blood Angels can get like a lot of value out of, right? Am I going heavy? I'm going las cannons on the Predator, kind of so that they can do both things, right? So I've got a couple of las cannon shots I could shoot at a tank, and I've got like potentially the 6 autocannons. So I guess 2 Predator Destructors gives me 12 strength 9 -2 3 damage into elite infantry, which is, I suppose, if you Oath of Moment them, it's quite a lot of damage, right? Because with Oath of Moment, what, you hit 88% of the time? So you could potentially get in like 10, yeah, about 10 hits. Strength 9 -2, every failed save is, you know, like into a squad of aggressors, that's pretty deadly. That would be real rough for like a squad of aggressors. Every failed save is a dead aggressor, they're saving on 5s and you wound them on 3s. So statistically, you probably kill like 5 aggressors. So aggressors are so expensive now as well. 240 points for 6. Losing 5 of them in a turn, that's crippling, man. And losing 5 of them at a long distance away, right? And it could shoot the last cannons at the aggressors as well. That's why I'm kind of off the idea of running aggressors, man. They're so expensive now. They put them up 2 patches in a row. And like, having played aggressors, they die pretty quick when they get targeted, like I said. Antonius, hello. Cambo. I think I see something. The bolters aren't finished painting, if that's what you're asking. I'm mainly focusing on the red armor and the armor joints. I haven't washed or done anything to the metallics on this guy yet. So I'm gonna revisit all the guns once I'm happy with the red armor. So that's kind of where these guys stand. But you know what? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that my friend couldn't play tonight, because I would really like to get this squad finished. I've been lingering on them for forever. So getting an extra paint session that I wouldn't have had this week is maybe a good thing. I know what you know. I would have probably rather played a game tonight, but painting's fine. I enjoy painting. I get to hang out with all you guys, right? Did you see the big debate on the Games Workshop website about drilling the barrels? I thought it was kind of funny. So like some of the staff at Games Workshop actually just hate people drilling the barrels. I think it's like battle ready people don't care about barrel drilling. I thought it was kind of funny. I don't drill any of my barrels. But did anyone enter the Tabletop Tactics League system then yet? Did anyone actually play a game? Did anyone submit one? I was going to do my first game tonight, which is annoying. Join us in the drilled barrel cult. Man, do I have to go back and drill the barrels on the hundreds of models I've already finished though? It's not that it would take that long, it's just that then everything wouldn't match, right? Like, things in my army really need to match. That's what I care about the most. That's why if I ever get anything commissioned, which I have had done for my Blood Angels, I kind of don't let the commission painters go all the way with them. Because I'm like, when you send me the finished commission, I know I'm going to repaint over some of your work. So it matches the rest of my army. Even if my painting is worse than the commission painter, which it normally is, I'll still paint over it so it matches the precise colours of my army. You drill every single one. I don't know, man. Maybe one day, if I'm super bored, go back and drill all the back. I don't want to say I don't have time. I've always got other models that need finished, so I feel like I don't like going back. Like, I like to make sure that when I'm finished with a unit, it's completely finished, so I never have to go back to it. So it's usually I get to a point where I'm pretty close, and then I'm like, right, I'm going to varnish the unit, because once they're varnished, you can't really go back to them, right? So a lot of my units get varnished just as a sort of like way of making me have to, you know, that's it. You gonna ask Mike to drill the barrels for me? I don't think he drilled the barrels on the commission he did for me last year. Unfortunately, like 3 out of the 4 models that I got commissioned became legends, man. Super annoying, huh? with a WoW stick drill, it only takes a second. I've never heard of a WoW stick, but I got a regular like little hand drill, and I use it when I'm like drilling magnetized arms and stuff like that. Yeah, I know it's pretty quick. I guess like my stuff's tabletop ready, so tabletop ready probably. I don't know if you would say that you need your barrels drilled for tabletop ready. I'd probably say you don't. Like I said, I'm not even going to edge highlight these guys. I just give them the recess wash and then like touch up some of the high level stuff back to the base color to give them some level of depth, but the only models in my army that I edge highlight are Death Company because they're black armor and I feel like they need the highlight to really stand out, but like if you think I'm slow at painting regular guys, you should see how slow I'm painting at Death Company. Yeah, do you know what? I was thinking about running some Legends in the Tabletop Tactics League. I think it's kind of cool that they've let you include Legends, honestly, because I think it really sucks when people spend a lot of time and money on models that become Legends and then they can never use them. And there's some really quirky Legend stuff, like you can have a Sangre Priest on a bike with a Thunder Hammer and an Infernal Pistol, right, in Legends? Not that we often see Sangre Priest on a bike with an Infernal Pistol, but have you got any plans for when you run out of the old Games Workshop washes? Yes, I have thought ahead, Cambo. And maybe you'll hate me, but I knew that they were going to kill them. I'm sure I posted on the channel that they were going to kill them, and I bought a massive amount of stock. Like I want to say, like a tub of Null Oil lasts me like 2 or 3 years. I want to say I've got like 6. So I've got Null Oil to last me for about 15 years. I've got Agrax Earthshade to last probably just as long. I've even got some of the lesser obscure washes that I use as well. Like Serapha. I forget what that one's even called. But yeah, I bought a shitload of the old washes because I don't like that the new ones are a different formula. And like I said, everything has to match in my army. It'll be a sad day in hell when I finally run out. I'd have probably bought more if I'd had more money. But yeah. John, I like your definition of battle ready. I skip half the details because you can't see them from distance. That's my biggest problem, Miles, is this 3 times magnifying glass, right? Like I have it just off stream, right? And like, so here's the model before, or here's the model with the magnifying glass, here's the model without, right? So this is a 300% magnifier, and I paint everything through the magnifying glass. It's just off camera. You just can't see it. I think my camera's decided that it's gonna... My camera app's decided. I think it's actually the camera app on the computer crashing tonight. Because the phone's still running. That's weird. I was gonna say, I'll just connect over Wi-Fi. It'll be a little bit... Nope. I will not just connect over Wi-Fi. It will not let me. To be one of those moments when I need a blow in the socket for the charging port for the phone. There'll be a bit of dust in there that's messing with it. Hold on, I'm going to kill the camera app. It's decided to. Oh, come on, just saying no device detected. Oh, there we go. Okay. What the hell? Yeah, the problem with the 300% magnifying glass is your painting ends up being a lot more accurate, but also, here's the big thing, you see a lot of details that you don't see with the naked eye. Because my eyesight's not that good. So like, I use the 300% magnify, like, if I showed you like my glasses are pretty high. So with a 300% magnifier, if I take that off and look at the model with the naked eye, I'm like, oh, I just spent ages painting a bunch of details I can't see with the naked eye. But when you use the magnifying glass, you see a lot of stuff that's wrong. You spend a lot of time fixing it. So yeah, that's why I call my paint style Battle Ready Plus. Because it's really supposed to be just battle ready, but it becomes plus because I use the magnifying glass. I find it so hard to paint without the magnifying glass though now, honestly. I just think it gives you... I felt like I became a better painter when I got the magnifying glass, but I also felt like it makes... Like, I can do washes and stuff without the magnifying glass. But if I want to just sit down and paint a model without using the magnifying glass now, I find that very difficult. Just find like I don't see well enough to do it, or I don't see all the intricate details. And there's a light built into it as well. We're thinking it'll probably be towards the end of May or June for our GT Cambo. Andrew was speaking about it the weekend. But the weekend's like a bad time to message me, because usually when the weekend I try not to be on my phone and try and be with my kids and stuff like that. So I'll need to chase Andrew during the week and see if we can get a date nailed down for this GT. But yeah, probably I would reckon it's going to be end of April or beginning of June. But I mean, as soon as we confirm the date, we'll start working out like what prizes we're going to do and all that sort of stuff. Anyone know the ritual of percussive maintenance? No, I don't know what that is, Drizzle. Frank said, well, Frank, I'm only 40 and I'm using a 3 times magnifying glass. So if you're only using a 2 times 1 at 45, I think you're good, man. Is the BA GT really happening? Yes, it's 100% going to happen. I mean, it's not just going to be my GT, though. It's going to, like, the guys from Plastic Crackheads are going to be there as well. We're going to all work on it together, I guess. So there'll be some people from the Plastic Crackheads community. There's some overlap as well. Like, some of the Plastic Crackheads viewership is Blood Angels Commander viewership. So, yeah, there's going to be a bit of a crossover, I think, for sure. But yeah, the GT will happen, and also it'll be the first GT that like I've organised. I might try and, I mean, me and Andrew were talking about it. We might try and get at least like the final game from the GT streamed as well. So assuming like I'm not 4-0 or something and like competing for the top spot, then we might even commentate on the final game. Like maybe I'll just drop out for the final game or something. We'll stream the final game or we'll commentate it or something. I think it'd be cool. And then I'll sell my new Blood Angels Commander event shirt. Rezio, what's happening? Tell me, Rez, what do you think of this? Do you like it? Let me see if I can show you it. Do you think it's too much? Campbell uses a 30, sorry, 2 times magnifier, and he's not even 30. Alright. See? Did Games Workshop give me tickets? No, Games Workshop don't give me anything, man. Games Workshop only speak to you when you've got 40,000 subscribers, apparently. That's their new cut-off. It used to be 10,000, but because I got 10,000, they upped it to 40. No, I think basically 10,000 isn't... 40,000 subscribers is the new 10,000 subscribers, I guess. There's a lot of YouTube channels that are massive on 40k now. You know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Well, I think Auspic's Tactics is like approaching 250,000. I think Valrak's approaching 250,000, you know? So it's like... my channel, by comparison, is friggin' tiny, I guess. Go full red. You think that's like Prime? I don't know, man. I don't really follow the... I've had like 2 bottles of Prime. I didn't even know that they had a team or whatever you're talking about. Blood Buffalo says he just gets his wife to paint minis. Do you know what? My wife painted some of my Necromunda models for me, but she was very bad at getting halfway through them and never finishing them. Marius has never heard of the Plastic Crackheads before. I'll have a look. Is it a YouTube channel? Yeah, Marius, it's crack with a K for crack grenades. They're basically all the people that I play on my channel, like Brett, Kev, Andrew, Colin. All those guys have a channel where they basically do nothing but battle reports. Be aware that their channel is like... you'll enjoy watching it if you don't care about profanity and all that sort of stuff. Like, don't watch it if you've got kids around or anything. But if you just want like an uncensored, raw, like people playing in their garage and giving each other shit, then that's what the Plastic Crackheads is. And like, don't get me wrong, like you'll laugh. Miles plays on there as well, sorry. You'll laugh your ass off watching their channel. You will literally laugh your ass off, but you're not gonna... I mean, it's not gonna be like super high definition camera work and stuff like that. It's a bit more... a lot more chill, I guess, the Plastic Crackheads. Crack with a K. They're based in Elgin as well, so like I said, if we do, well, I was going to say we are going to get this GT going, and when we do, they'll be helping out, setting everything up for the GT, what and whatnot, I guess. Miles said he doesn't think there was too much swearing last night. Okay. Let me buy one. You would buy one, Reziel? Cool. Well, I want to make a cool looking shirt. I really do. The thing is, I'm not really an artist. You are an artist though, Rez. Do you want to take a stab at making one? I'll send you a link to the website. See if you can make me something better than the one I made. That's the same site that Vanguard Tactics makes their shirts. Well, the game room is a game room from my day job. It doesn't really belong to the Plastic Crackheads. It belongs to the place where I do my day job. Beer and peanuts gaming. Yeah, mainly beer, but some peanuts as well. I would like to... I don't know if there is a 3D print of a Space Marine wearing a kilt, but that is a cool idea. If I ever go to a tournament in America, I suppose I'll have to take my kilt with me, won't I? Then for everybody that I beat, I can say to them, have you ever been beaten by a man wearing a skirt? How's the hobby scene up in Turret? I'd have to look at a map for Turret. I don't know Turret. I mean, there's the Hammer of War club that runs in Huntly, which is actually not a million miles from Turriff. What is that, like maybe 10 miles from Turriff? I think they run every Sunday. I know the guy that runs the Hammers of War club out of Huntly. James is his name. He's a Drukhari player. He's been on the channel before. Not for a while, actually, because he's busy running his club in Huntly, but I don't know if there's anything in Turriff per se, but Huntly to Turriff. Turriff, directions, Huntly. Oh, it's 18 miles, so it's like half an hour. But I can show you on Facebook actually. Look, if I go on to Facebook and search I think it's called Hammers of War, that's the one. Hammers of War 40k. Oh look, he even put up the game. He hasn't posted on his blog for a while, but he put up the game that he played against me. This is the guy, James. I did like that post, okay. But yeah, he has a club that runs in Huntly. Hammers of War. Well, apparently Facebook sucks at oh wait. Yeah, this is it. Hammers of War 40k Gaming is a group on Facebook. There you go, 144 members. So that might be worth checking out if you're looking up at moving towards the Turriff area. Good evening, James. How are you? I was supposed to be live tonight playing Death Guard. I want to say Colin chickened out, but he didn't. He had a family emergency, so we'll let him off. Oh, let me close Facebook or it'll keep pinging me messages. But Colin's supposed to be going to GT this weekend, so tonight was supposed to be like his last practice game with his army. I actually don't think he's played the army. I don't think he's played the army at all since he tweaked the list. So that's really sucks for, like, I you know, if you tweak a list and then you're gonna get it. That's why I always say, like, don't tweak your army list very often before GTs and stuff, and try and find out what you're going to do. And even if you're playing something that's suboptimal, it's better to have lots of games with it before you go to the tournament, because now if he does manage, I don't know if he's going to get to the tournament this weekend actually because of his family thing, but if he does go, he's going to be going with an army that he's basically never played before. Or not an army he's never played before, sorry, a list he's never played before. And if you've never played the list before, I always feel like you don't want to be doing that at a tournament. Not when you've spent your hard-earned money to you know, you'll come up in your first game against Necrons or something and it'll just be, well, it won't be fun, I guess, right? Ooh. James has just kit bashed the Assault Intercessor Sergeant with some spare bits. Look, that's exactly what I have just off camera here, James. Look, here's an Assault Intercessor Sergeant with a Power Fist and a Plasma Pistol, kit bashed. He's got I think he's got a Sanguinary Guard Power Fist, or maybe I put the Sanguinary Guard Power Fist on the Lieutenant. But yeah, I literally had none of my Sergeants with Power Fists. I had a bunch with Thunderhammers, because that's what you always used to run. So now I'm having to make a bunch with Power Fists. Man, I hate WYSIWYG. Normally I don't hate it, but when they change the damn rules every edition, yeah, I hate it. Innes Wilson was on Art of War Down Under podcast talking Marines super faction this week. I thought there were some hot takes, to be honest. Yeah, I've only met Innes one time, actually. I played him at a tournament. But I know he's a very good player, and he wins some... I think he won the Manchester GT like last year or something. Like he's won a couple of big events for sure. I played him first game of a tournament I went to as well. You give him a classic back banner. Man, I don't have any of those classic back bangers hanging around. Good for you if you still had them. Did you still have a classic back banner on a sprue? If you did, that's impressive. I'm sure you could find in the 3D printed world, Marcus, a Space Marine wearing a kilt. I'm sure that exists. Someone will have made that, 100%. You're gonna love it when they reverse it too, like Hellblasters with all the different builds in 9th, and now you just have one build. Yeah, I mean, I just built my Hellblasters some random ass way, to be honest. Here's the thing, Drizzle, with some of those rules, they don't even tell you in the instructions which weapon option is which. You just have to guess. It's like, so I just built the Hellblasters whichever hell way I decided to build them, and when I got to the table, I just decided to play them however the hell I wanted to play them, I guess. I don't run Plasma very often, so I guess it didn't bother me, but I know what you mean. There was like 3 variants of the Hellblaster guns. I believe there was even 2 variants of bolt. No, there have been 3 variants of bolt rifles as well, right? What's in the box of the new Sternguard? Just popping past to say hi. Got my 3-year-old who's a fellow Blood Angels fan, so he likes to see your models too. Wow, my 3-year-old would destroy my models, Sean. I was actually trying to teach my 4-year-old to read before, well, earlier this evening. Reading is for dorks. Well, I mean, I want to read so that they can play. I suppose they can roll dice, but yeah, they need to be able to read as well. That's a skill that they're definitely going to learn, right? Oh, the new Sternguard had a back banner in the kit. Interesting. James Fisher, good evening, dude. Yeah, James, I love your idea. I love the idea of going to Chicago sometime. I was saying that if I come to a tournament in America, I'm bringing the kilt, by the way. Just so everyone that I can beat, I can ask at the end of the game, have you ever been beaten by a man wearing a skirt? I feel like that's got to happen. Chicago is pretty close to you as well. Well, yeah, James is in Chicago, I think, or close to it, so. I've been to Chicago once in my life, but it was like for 5 minutes or something. Two Scoops is headed to Adepticon. That's what I was talking to James about, because James was saying come to Chicago and go to Adepticon one year. But he was actually asking me for next year. I just think next year might be difficult based on like some commitments I might have with my family. But I did want to get out to a tournament in America at some point. I mean, I know a lot of people shout about LVO being the biggest, but if I don't know anyone at LVO or I don't know that many people, I'd rather go to. I mean, I know James pretty well. I had James over at my house, you know, and he's in Chicago, so that might make sense to do Adepticon. If we do Adepticon, James, then I'm bringing a stupidly old whiskey with me or something, right? Maybe go back to the distillery that you took me to, and we'll get that bottle of whiskey that we liked. What happened? What are your thoughts? What should happen to Dante and Sangreguard? What should happen to them is they should get half decent rules. Bread Baron. Or they should get like a friggin' 50-point cost drop. I don't know what should happen to them, but something, because Games Workshop surely know that no one is using them. They always talk in those MetaWatch articles about how they collect all the data and stuff. Well, they must know that none of the Blood Angels players are using them. They must have that data. When they did nothing to them in the balance data slate. They just left them languishing in a... I don't know what you call it. They just left them languishing, I guess. Peaches says, do like the Space Wolf banner upgrade option from 9th edition on the Grey Hunter squad. Yeah, I can't remember banners ever. I mean, I guess there's a couple of banners in 10th edition that have rules, right? Like the Blade Guard Ancient, not that many people take a Blade Guard Ancient. The Terminator Ancient, not that many people take a Terminator Ancient. The Primaris Ancient, not that anyone runs the Primaris Ancient. And I guess no one even runs the Sangreguard Ancient now because he's part of the Sangreguard Guard. I mean, you take him, I guess, if you take a Sangreguard Guard squad, but no one runs Sangreguard Guard, so... All the Ancients are in a weird... All the guys with banners are in a weird place. Like, the banners that were once so powerful or once so prevalent are just nowhere now. Don't waste a trip on America on Vegas. I've never been to Vegas, man. What's what do you not like about Vegas? I've been to San Francisco, Seattle, Florida, New York, anywhere else? No, I think that might be it. I mean, if I was going to Vegas, it would be going to LVO, right? Like, it wouldn't necessarily be going to Vegas to do tourist things. It would be going to Vegas to do LVO. Yeah, I think everybody enjoyed running the Sangre Ancient in 9th edition. 8th edition as well, he was pretty popular too, I feel like. Sounds like you've all the edges covered. I guess. Except Alaska. Alaska's like an edge, right? So everybody's selling... It sounds like they could do a Blood Angels Commander meetup in Chicago, actually. Someone's going to be like in chat in a minute, like, how dare you diss Vegas? You should do the Blood Angels in Vegas. We do have a guy that always comes into chat from Vegas. Because he's always like, I'm in Vegas. I'm forgetting his name right now. What city was They Live filmed in? I feel like it was like Chicago, but I could be wrong. What city was it supposed to be? Because I don't think it was supposed to be the West Coast. Or the East Coast, either. Maybe it was like Boston. Andrew says 54 people watching, 21 likes. Come on. Yes, please, like the stream. It really... Chicago in March is a cold mistress. Dude, Scotland's a cold mistress. Scotland is a cold mistress from friggin' September through to March, probably. We sometimes even get snow in April here in Scotland, so... I suppose it can just depend on the year sometimes. Sometimes you have a mild year, sometimes you have a horrific year. I do sometimes wonder why my relatives lived in Scotland, because I'm like, the weather's shit. We get basically like 4 months of nice weather a year, and then another 8 months is cold and wet. Like, did my ancestors not look out the window and be like, why do we live here? Let's move. Because, I mean, I guess a lot of Scottish and Irish were actually, like, they all emigrated to America, right? What is mid-50s in Celsius? Oh, we don't really do Fahrenheit over here. It's been like a few degrees above zero the last few days here, but there was like all last week it was definitely like negative. I think the worst day was -7 in the last week or so. But that was like in the morning. The temperature did come up like once the sun was out a bit more and stuff, you know? Buffalo has a huge Irish population, myself included, gangs of New York, etc. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people left Scotland and Ireland. There was famine and stuff, right? And went to America looking for a better life, for lack of a better phrase, I guess. See, all you people have Scottish descent. It's crazy, actually. Deduct about 37 to get from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Does that work at all ranges, or is that just a general deduct about 37? Because surely not, because when you get to 100 when you get to 100 in Fahrenheit, it's not 63 degrees Celsius. Because that would be insanity. I don't know if humans can even really survive at 63 degrees Celsius. Not for long anyway, maybe. Because usually in America, there's been like really bad summers in Australia when it hits like high 40s and stuff. And like a lot of people die from heat stroke and stuff when it's high 40s, dehydration, that sort of stuff, I think. It's getting more and more common, unfortunately. Oh, -37 is where they land up. It's 3.3 F to 1 degree. You'll have every Tom, Dick and Harry stop to tell you you're Scottish here. Usually it's their great-great-grandfather. Here's a question. So, you people in Chicago, do you ever see anyone wearing a kilt then? Like, if you saw someone in the street wearing a kilt, would that be weird? Would that be common? Would that ever happen? Or anywhere in America? Okay, Andonius isn't Scottish, so we get someone who's not Scottish. That's good. Is there a lot of people with English roots then in America, or is it mainly Scottish and Irish? I mean, I genuinely don't know. You knew a GW employee that wore a kilt to work? It's a bit of a faff, isn't it? I mean, I don't mind it for one day, but it's a bit of a pain when you want to go do number 1 when you're wearing a kilt. It's even more of a pain if you want to do number 2, but number 1's enough of a pain with a kilt on. Oh, so there is lots of people from Germany and England and stuff. Interesting. I had no idea. Hey, Code Menace, how you doing? I was going to say, hurry up and do your placement games in Heroes of the Storm so we can play together. I've been doing well this season, actually. English are better than German or get better than Irish are better than Scottish. I think you got that backwards, bro. Completely backwards. You're never online. I know, man. I get on at like 11 o'clock for an hour, that's it. Both the kids were ill for like the last week, or the last 10 days, which really put a cramper in my style. It's funny that, because people over here don't care about ancestry at all, or... I mean, I guess some people care. Did you see Blood Angel's lists on Auspex Tactics channel? I didn't, Flowbrain. I must admit, I don't watch other YouTube channels about 40k as much as I probably should, but it comes down to the fact that I probably spend most of my free time making content for this channel, right? Because Resi will always ask me, like, oh, there was this great battle report of such and such, did you see it? And I'm usually like, no. I try and watch the odd video about like the rules and stuff, but I must admit I don't watch that many Auspex Tactics videos. I'm probably more likely to watch Valrak or like Tabletop Titans or Tabletop Tactics. Auspec's very good at just giving you rules, but like I think I prefer, like if I'm gonna watch something, I'd rather see like the actual. I guess I'm more of like I enjoy watching battle reports, or enjoy watching other battles, where I like seeing units in action. That's why I try and do all three things on my channel. Like I try and do some painting, I try and do some battles, and I try and do some tactics. So it's like a mix of everything. But yeah, if there is a really good Blood Angel list and it's come third out of a 100-player tournament, by all means, please just, like, if you can ever send me those lists, that's super appreciated, right? Because, like, that's how I got the 6-0 LVO list, is, like, someone from the community and was like, hey, did you see Blood Angels went 6-0 LVO? I was like, no, I didn't see that. And then they sent me the list to have a look at. So if there's ever lists that, like, do surprisingly well at tournaments or anything like that, I'm more than happy to cover them. Just I don't always see them myself. But usually someone in the community is really good and just sends me them. So if you ever come across, like, a really high tournament winning list or a really well performing list, I'd be more than happy to cover it if you can send it to me. Just skip to the Blood Angels list, his voice makes me fall asleep. A lot of people say that about Auspex. I think that's pretty harsh, man. He's got like 200,000 subscribers. Why would you watch Valrak? He's entertaining, man. I mean, I know he's a troll. I mean, you'll probably be the first to admit that he's a troll, but he's entertaining. He doesn't really do gameplay content though, right? Like, he just talks about the rumors, and sometimes he does a lore video here or there, but like, I suppose with Valrak, probably one of the reasons he does so well is because you don't need to be super engaged. You can just turn him on and you can have a laugh with them, right? Sometimes people need something light, and he provides it very well. I've spoken to him a few times. He's a decent guy. Yeah, no, I genuinely watch a good amount of his videos. I probably watch the most of any YouTuber that does 40k. I probably watch the most of all that. I feel sort of dirty admitting that, but I mean, it's the truth. Plus, he has made an appearance in my chat like 2 or 3 times, huh? I don't think Auspec's voice is AI, dude. Come on, he's had his channel for years. It's not AI. Yeah, Balrak's just a normal guy having fun. He's harmless. Hold on, I think I hear my daughter crying. I'll be back in a sec. Be careful, you're so... Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice. You've got to say his name 3 times and then Valrak will appear in the chat, won't he? We were watching... I was watching Star Wars A New Hope for the first time ever with my daughter before it, like, earlier tonight. And, you know that bit when Obi-Wan says to Luke, like, what does he say? He's like, I'm getting too old for this. I'm getting too old for this. Like later in the movie, when Obi-Wan's like fighting Darth Vader, she just turns to me and she goes, Daddy, is Obi-Wan getting too old for this? I was like, yep, that's exactly what he meant. He's too old to fight Darth Vader. You are right. Oh, see, I'm stealing Valrak's subscribers. Look at that. Antonius was watching him, but he's come over here. What a superstar you are, dude. He was supposed to be getting a gaming room put together, like, a while ago. I don't think I've seen any... Has he done any live games yet? I think he did one. Maybe he's done more. I don't know. As I say, I don't watch the other 40k channels as much as I should, but I can't. I don't have time. I've got to make stuff for my own channel. There's still a few painting videos I want to make for my own channel. I've just not got around to. You have to say Chaparunios 3 times, looking into the mirror, and then he'll appear behind you. He also has to say, let's get waffling, apparently. And you need a tinfoil hat. So Chaparunios, tinfoil hat, let's get waffling. Blood Buffalo says A New Hope was the first movie I remember watching with my dad. That's cool, man. Good movie is your first movie you remember. But yeah, my son, who's only 2, was losing his mind when the stormtroopers were like shooting each other, or when the stormtroopers were like shooting at Luke in that. He's just like screaming at the television, like so excited. Like I guess he has no idea what's going on, but loud noises, he's just screaming at it. It's kind of cute. Hopefully, I was going to say, I don't know if Colin will want to play me next week, but hopefully we'll have a battle report next week on Wednesday back as normal. I've done a tactics video for Friday that like a lot of people, after last week's video, like so many people asked about like, why am I not running Terminators as a durable unit? Like, what do I think of Terminators as a durable unit? So this week I did a video all about durability for infantry for Blood Angels. So I looked at everything. Like, I've looked at Death Company with Lamartez. I've looked at the Vanguard Veterans with the Sangre Priest. I've looked at Centurions. I've looked at Terminators. I've looked at Gravis. I've looked at Heavy Intercessors. And I just pulled the numbers of all of them against, because I said that my Heavy Intercessors had been really good against World Eaters, and someone had said on the video comments, they're like, I don't see why Heavy Intercessors would be good against World Eaters. And I took that as a challenge, because like sometimes when I make YouTube videos, you get all the nice comments, but you do also get people every week that tell me like I don't know what I'm talking about. Not every week, but some weeks. So somebody told me this week that like, someone sent a comment, maybe it's one of you guys in chat, somebody said like, oh, I don't see how Heavy Intercessors would be good against World Eaters. World Eaters, you know, are strong, and etc, etc. They have these weapons with these strengths, so Heavy Intercessors shouldn't be good against them. And I was like, well, I mean, I played World Eaters twice and I beat them twice, and both times I felt like the Heavy Intercessors were a really useful unit to have. So I just went screw it, let's do the math on a 100-point unit of heavy intercessors. Let's compare that against Terminators. Let's break it all down. So like there's a point versus point comparison. So like how survivable would 100 points of Terminators be against, let's say, 8-bound, versus how survivable would 100 points of heavy intercessors be against 8-bound. Let's just do the actual math. Blood Buffalo, you saw the comment, the guy needs to calm down. Well, I took that comment as a challenge or an insult or something, I don't know. Must have probably just caught me like when one of my kids had like pushed me over the edge, because that still does sort of happen, you know, when it's like we're trying desperately to get our kids to listen to us first time, but sometimes it doesn't happen. You have to ask the same question, like, come brush your teeth, come brush your teeth. And on attempt number 6 or something, where I'm just sitting in the bathroom on the toilet waiting for my kid to decide it's time to come through to the bathroom so we can brush their teeth, I'll read like a YouTube comment and it'll be someone like attacking me. I'm like, this person doesn't know what they're talking about. Alright, I gotta make a video on this. So that's that. Do you know what? It was an interesting video to make, actually, because numbers don't lie, right? So it was like where this guy told me, like, I don't think heavy intercessors are good against World Eaters. Well, now I literally got the numbers of are heavy intercessors good against 8-bound and exalted 8-bound. Spoiler for the video. Yeah, they're pretty good. You don't know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. I put heavy intercessors into my list. James, have you joined the Tabletop Tactics League yet? But yeah, I mean, you're allowed to say that I don't know what I'm talking about, but then you just have got to be prepared. If you tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll go make a video that proves I'm right, or it proves something. Maybe not right, but definitely proves something. If someone goes they mad because you like a unit, yeah, I mean, here's the thing though. Everybody, you know. Bad Batch Season 3 started today, Ardeen. I am so out of date with Bad Batch, which is surprising because I love all the Star Wars cartoons. I don't know why I'm out of... I saw on Disney Plus it was like 3 episodes of Bad Batch. Yeah. But I don't even think I finished Season 1, which is surprising, because I like all the Star Wars cartoons. I really, really, really enjoyed Star Wars Rebels. I thought it was like a real return to form for Star Wars cartoons. Yeah, so if any of you guys haven't yet seen it, you can go onto the App Store on your phone and search for Tabletop Tactics, and they have an open league now that everybody can join. You can record your scores, you can play. There's like 1,500 people in the open league. So every time you play a game of 40k, you can record your score in the open league, and you can basically rank yourself kind of on a global scale, I guess, against other 40k players. I think it's a great idea. I made a video about it last night. I kind of said that I think it's Games Workshop should have honestly done it. Good shout for the guys at Tabletop Tactics doing it. But yeah, if you want a little bit of competitive and you can't always get to tournaments and stuff, because like me, there's a tournament in like 2 weeks' time in my city. I'm not going because kids and family commitments, you know. So if you can't always get to the tournament for whatever reason, I think it looks dope. I was really looking forward to putting the result from tonight's game into the app. Obviously had to cancel the game, which is a little bit annoying. There's always next week. But you know what, I've actually got... So if you don't know, I work for a video game company and our publisher coming next week. So I know I'm supposed to be taking them out for a meal on Wednesday night, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to game on Wednesday night next week. I don't know about Tuesday either. Maybe I have to change it next week. Evening, Mike, how you doing? Yeah, Blood Angels Commander saying, hold my wine, I will show you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's exactly what it was. But yeah, if you've not played Heavy Intercessors, I think you might be surprised with how good they are. And Friday's video is going to show you some maths. Considering they cost the same points as some of the T4 models, when you see the maths, it might surprise you more than you think. How did you get into the games industry? I'm always interested how people started. I literally started on minimum wage when I was 22 on my first year out of university. I guess I was lucky in that, like, I found a company that didn't have a great direction or a great... They needed someone to... They probably just needed a gamer, like someone who was super passionate about games. They had great programmers, they had great artists. They didn't have someone that was like super passionate about games. I guess 17 years ago, Andrew, I was super passionate about games. And fitted in. Just... You always hear those stories about like all the players of... what is it? Like all the original developers of World of Warcraft were like EverQuest 2 players, right? So it was something like nowhere near on that sort of scale of epicness or anything, but like I played a lot of video games. The company didn't have a lot of people that was working for them that were actually playing the games, so I came in with a lot of knowledge. But yeah, I came in on minimum wage and had to work myself up, you know? Minimum wage 17 years ago was horrific as well. I don't know what it was, but it was bad. It was like I'd have been doing about 150 hours. It must have been about $5 an hour here in the UK. Minimum wage in... It's a good question. 17 years ago, it was 2006. Minimum wage UK 2006. It was $5.35 an hour. So yeah, that's where I started. I hope that's interesting to you. But sometimes if you want to get into games, you have to start. You just have to get your foot in the door and then take it from there, right?
Blood Buffalo donated $5 via Super Chat. If some is mad that you hate on a unit they like, fair. If they're mad that you like a unit, tell them, get good, that's a you problem.
Oh dear. That'll be nice. I was going to say, you need to go and reply to that guy's comment, Blood Buffalo. Oh dear, we're trolling tonight. Thank you so much for the $5. Tessa, good evening, how are you doing? I can put a little love heart on your stream, on your super chat now. Thanks. You know you've seen my Warcraft 3 tweets. Yeah, I was a huge fan of Warcraft 3, and the fact that Blizzard did a crappy job at remastering it will probably always be a bugbear of mine. So yeah, I'm sure I have tweeted out a bunch of stuff about Blizzard Entertainment being they're not the company they once were. I'm very opinionated. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably get used to just seeing me running my mouth about something. You probably... I was gonna say, I occasionally post 40k, like, tournament stuff on Twitter, but yeah. What units would you recommend for someone starting a Blood Angels army with no experience of the game, says Sim. I made a video just like 2 weeks ago, Sim, which was like building a Blood Angels Primaris army list. Because like everything is Primaris now, sort of. There's very few non-Primaris options left, so... and I actually built that video purposely in 2 parts. So like the first part was like building your first 1,000 point list and then adding 1,000 points to it to become like a 2,000 point list. So it was kind of trying to showcase what units could be good for Blood Angels if you only want to buy the new models, right? Because some people don't want to buy the old models because there's a risk with the old models that they become legends, or that they... Well, yeah, I mean, I guess the main risk is they become legends and you've paid for models that you can't really field anymore in tournaments and stuff like that. So I can show you the video on the channel. So if you go to the Blood Angels Commander channel on YouTube, look something like this, click videos. This one is only Primaris viable for Blood Angels. That video was built in 2 parts, I know there's a picture of the Blood Angels Combat Patrol there, but it was basically just saying, like, if you're trying to get started, this is probably not a bad place to think about starting. That might answer your question. If you've got no knowledge whatsoever, then I'd probably watch that first. And then come back to chat with some questions. Because at the moment, I think Death Company with jump packs are very, very good. I think they're probably the best melee unit that we have. The big question mark surrounding Death Company with jump packs is, are they still going to exist in the next edition? Are they getting replaced? I don't know. Nobody knows. So in that video, every unit I feel like was likely to have like a long shelf life, and that was kind of one of the reasons that I did the video, was because I was looking at stuff that would have a long shelf life. Good afternoon, Greg. How are you? JT Money says, I'm so sad that there's not any more companies like Blizzard for my kids to be fans of. It's just, the gaming industry has changed a lot, JT Money. Like, you used to have to make a really good game, I guess, and then that was how you made money, right? You made an amazing product, you made money because it was an amazing product. You built a reputation around making amazing products, and that was what the gaming industry was now. And now it seems like some companies, like Blizzard, for example, will ride off the coattails of old games they made. Like, I would argue, like, I'm a huge fan of Diablo, but like the old Diablo games, like Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, when I was growing up and I wasn't playing 40k, I was probably playing Diablo 1 or 2. I played those games so much. But now it seems like they can just... The gaming company... Like... I guess everyone's got their own opinion, but I would say Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 are not as good as Diablo 1 and 2. But they don't try as hard, or they don't need to innovate as much or something. But they'll be able to sell so many copies because they've got the IP. I suppose it's like the new Star Wars movies, right? A bunch of those new Star Wars movies, if you ask me, were complete crap. I know if you like the new Star Wars movies, I'm sorry, I fucking hated them. I hate them. I literally hate those new Star Wars movies so much. I'll literally risk demonetizing my stream by swearing about them. Like I really hated, like so much of the new Star Wars. All three movies. I liked Rogue One. I thought the Solo one was okay, but the three in the trilogy, I hated them all. But they made a shed load of money, right? Because people were addicted to the old Star Wars, or people had a love for the old Star Wars, and it happens a bit in movies. It happens a bit more often now in video games as well, right? Like I can't remember. When I was a kid, I played Need for Speed, right? I think I had a Need for Speed game on the PlayStation 2. So this is like 20 years ago. That was amazing. And I've bought a few Need for Speed games since, and they've all been utter garbage, but I guess like people still buy Need for Speed every year because at some point it was really good, right? It's the same sort of thing, I guess. So gaming companies are really, if they've had a good popular brand, it's like they'll milk that brand, because why would, if you have got the brand or you've got the IP, why would you not, right? They end up not innovating, and I don't know. Usually the games that really explode are by like smaller developers these days, right? That are like, they have to put the effort in. They can't just reskin Diablo again and know that it'll sell because they have the Diablo name, right? Because I bought Diablo 4, don't get me wrong, I bought it. I actually bought a copy for me and the wife, because me and the wife used to play World of Warcraft together many years ago. Can't really do that now with the kids, so we thought we could maybe play Diablo. We didn't play Diablo very much at all. Honestly, I think we were both bored of the new Diablo within like a couple of weeks. And we get 2 kids, so we play like 3 hours a week. Thornton says Diablo 3 and 4 are terrible. Diablo Mobile was the game that no one was waiting for. Yeah, I thought the Diablo Mobile game was kind of terrible as well. Sim says, lovely, I'll check out. To be fair, mate, I've got lots of questions. Would you use Thunderhammers with a Death Company? No, the best loadout sim for a Death Company is Infernal Pistols and Power Fists. At the moment, I would pretty much always take Power Fists over Thunderhammers, unless there's some reason you feel really attached to Thunderhammers. You like how they look, you think they're really cool, you like fishing for devastating wounds. I mean, if there's a reason to take the Thunderhammers that you like, go for it. But I think from a competitive standpoint, at least what we're seeing is most people have ditched Thunderhammers this edition. They just took too much of a nerf. So I have a ton of Death Company with Thunderhammers. I'm proxying them all with Power Fists. I'm making more guys with Power Fists because obviously I feel like Power Fists are better. And my Terminators with Thunderhammers are very much relegated to they get no play, and I think the Power Fist ones are better as well. Maybe at some point I should just do a video where it's like Power Fists versus Thunderhammers 10th edition. And just put the debate down once and for all. I mean, that actually doesn't sound like a horrible idea. I don't know why I've not done it already. That's why you guys are here, to give me video ideas. Two Scoops says Path of Exile is where it's at. I've never actually played that, Two Scoops. I've heard good things about it. I think Path of Exile 2 is supposed to be coming out. I thought maybe when Path of Exile 2 comes out I might give that a shot, because everybody always talks about Path of Exile now being better than Diablo. So maybe like when Path of Exile 2 comes out I could install that. It's probably going to be free because they made the first one free, right? But like I said, it's usually the small independent games companies. Like that, Path of Exile is done by like an independent company from Australia, I believe, or New Zealand. One of the twos. They're not like the standard Silicon Valley style thing, right? You're welcome, Sim. Max says his favourite was Halo 2. Yeah, it's probably the same with Halo. Does the GW Army Builder do 30k? I don't think so. I think the Warhammer app, I can't check because my phone's literally this camera for the painting right now, but I don't think it does 30k. Thunderhammers get the +1 to hit against Oath target with Terminators. They don't? I don't think they do, man, because you can't put Thunderhammers into the squad. Close Combat Terminators got different rules, Blood Buffalo, to... They make the enemy do like a battle shock test. It's arguably a lot worse. Like, for the 10 extra points you pay for Close Combat Terminators, I really don't see it being worth it. Last Epoch looks good. It's just getting slammed at the moment, so the servers have turned to jelly. That's the new one that's out today, isn't it? I haven't checked it out, man. My list of backlog of video games is humongous. I think it's probably the same... For me, it's the same reason as why I don't watch all the Warhammer 40k content that's on YouTube. Is like... I'm sure I've said this on the channel before, but like my typical week is like Monday night is when I build the slides for my tactics video. Tuesday night is usually me filming the tactics video. Wednesday night we do the live battle report. Thursday night we film a Grotz episode, or I go live with some painting. And then Friday night I take the night off just to like watch some TV with my wife and try not to work, I guess. So when I'm doing all that, and then at the weekend I've got the kids, so it's like I don't have a lot of time to play video games as much as I'd maybe like to. I also don't have a lot of time to watch other YouTubers, right? Like, I just don't have time. Usually when I'm working on my own videos, I just listen to music. I find trying to, like, if I'm trying to, I'm not very good at multitasking. I can't really like listen or watch a battle report while I was like working on my tactics videos. I'd probably end up just, I make mistakes anyway when I'm just listening to like music, so I'd totally fuck shit up if I was trying to watch a battle report and film and prepare a tactics video, I guess. JT Money, tune in on Friday. I've got a video about Terminators coming out. I think that you might be surprised when we see some of the numbers about the Terminators on Friday. I mean, you might not be, but you might be surprised. I think they're not as bad as people think they are. I think they're more of a durable unit than a damaging unit. The new Elden Ring came out today. I also saw that they're re-releasing Star Wars Battlefront, like the PlayStation 2 version. I was like, oh my god. I think they're charging full price for it. It's like 30 something bucks. But the PlayStation 2 version of Battlefront was definitely better than the version that Electronic Arts made. Even with all their fancy new graphics improvements, the PlayStation 2 version was where it was at. Hey Pana, how you doing? Killer says Thunderhammer's getting... If it's damage 3, yes, Thunderhammers would be good again. If it's actually D3, then no, I don't think the Thunderhammer would be good. I think Thunderhammers probably just need to lose the -1 to hit. I think that just makes them objectively worse than the Power Fists. Evening Tom, how you doing? When's the next live battle report? Well, it was supposed to be tonight, Max, but and we were going to put the scores into the new tabletop tactics app, but my opponent had to cancel on me last minute. He had a bit of a family issue, so it will probably be next week. It's probably not going to be Wednesday though, because I think we're saying my publisher's coming to visit, so for my day job, so I think I have to go out for a meal with them on Wednesday. So might be Monday or Tuesday next week probably. I'm a little bit annoyed because I'd wanted to play tonight, but hey, if someone has, you know, I had to cancel on Miles just a few weeks ago because literally I was ready to go. I'd come home, I spoke to my wife, we checked one of the kids' temperatures because we were like, oh, they feel pretty hot, and the kids' temperature was like through the roof. We literally had to go straight to the emergency room. So it happens. Life happens. It's not like my channel is a professional business. If someone has to cancel, myself as well included, it just happens. Sorry, Max. I did really want to play tonight because I built a new list last night for it, and I know some people already have like 2 or 3 games in that Tabletop Tactics app, so I don't want to get left behind. So hopefully as soon as possible. Sketch says I'm playing a 500-point escalation league. What would be your starter list? Already got a squad of Death Company, a Chaplain. Do you know what? In 500-point games, Mephiston is super dope, by the way. Death Company, a Chaplain for 200 and some points is fine. I would say I found Heavy Intercessors really good in boarding actions. They're probably really good in 500-point games as well. 3 Blade Guard are also pretty good in 500-point games or smaller games. So some Blade Guard. I mean, I guess you could do the Death Company thing. Heavy Intercessors. If you did have room for Mephiston with Assault Intercessors is really good in small games. What else? You could probably get like a squad of Eradicators would probably be good in small games as well, just in case they have something that's big and got a lot of toughness you need to take out. I don't think I would go for any vehicles though in 500 points. I know the Blood Angels Combat Patrol has the Impulsor in it. I guess that's fine, but yeah, I don't think I would take a vehicle in 500 points. I'd probably take some Blade Guard. Probably want one unit, one fast-moving unit, so your jump Death Company are probably not a bad idea. What units do people love the most in 500-point games? Is there anything that has standed out? Because I've only played one 500-point game in the last little while, and it was boarding actions. And yeah, I did really enjoy Mephiston. I thought aggressors were pretty good in 500 points as well. I took Flamer aggressors. They're decent in 500 points. But I thought Blade Guard were good in 500 points. And I thought Heavy Intercessors were really good in 500 points as well. The thing about adding vehicles is like you'll very quickly have no units that can sit on objectives or anything like that. So in a 500-point game, there is some strength in just having like a battle line unit that can sit. Because something's got to sit, right? Something's got to hold the objectives. A Ball Predator in 500 points? Yeah, okay, I'll let you off. Ball Predator would be pretty good, yeah. Gabriel Seth, he'd be pretty good as well, yeah. Andrew played the Xbox version of the old Battlefront game. It was amazing, man. They had the whole storyline from like episode 2 and 3, I think. You could play the whole campaign. When the EA version came out, there was no bloody campaign. It was ridiculous. EA spent like 200 million making a game worse. But I mean, that's usually what EA do, isn't it? They got pretty graphics, but no substance. But yeah, I saw the trailer today for like the 2005, 2006-ish Battlefront game being remastered, and I was like, if you've never played that game, trust me, it's so much better than the new Battlefront. And guess what? It doesn't have any loot boxes in it. That's for sure. Didn't they give you one? You play as an Imperial spy. I don't remember. I know 100% that I loved that game though and played it so much. I actually had it for the PC. I know it was a PlayStation 2 game, but I had it on the PC as well. Right, I'm very close to getting to a point where I'm going to start putting some wash on these guys' guns now. I think the red paint is finally done. I think everybody's red paint is done. It only took me forever. So we're not going to do any more red on these guys. I'm going to wash the guns here in a few minutes. Oh, it's probably going to be the next session. So probably Saturday night we'll wash the guns. Because I'll be streaming... Or, well, it might not be Saturday night. It might be Saturday... My wife's out for a bit on Saturday, so it'll be when my wife is not out is when I'll be streaming on Saturday, I guess. Brett says it was a great game. I loved playing around with the Star Wars vehicles. It was really a great game. Blood Buffalo, thanks for hanging out. KOTOR? Yeah, KOTOR was good as well, to be honest. I really liked the... I liked the MMO of KOTOR. It ultimately didn't do all that well, but I did like it when it first came out. But yeah, of late my gaming is like way less. Like I've got way more games than I have time. I've got way more Warhammer models than I have time as well, to be honest. But it is what it is. Think we'll ever get a Warhammer 40,000 MMO? I played the Warhammer Online, like it was EA, and it was based on Warhammer Fantasy. I played it as Empire. I actually thought it was pretty decent. But it got killed as well, I guess, because they tried to compete with World of Warcraft and they couldn't compete with them, I guess. But I did enjoy Warhammer Online. Andrew played it, from the Plastic Crackheads. He played Blight Wizard, I played Warrior Priest. Blight Wizard was a fun class. I actually meant to play Warhammer because there's like an emulated server for it now, so you can go and play it if you wanted to. I actually kind of wanted to play it over the Christmas holidays, but I don't know what happens. Sometimes at Christmas holidays, time can just get away from you. My Christmas holidays just evaporated in front of my eyes. I think Space Marine 2 will have multiplayer, right? I'm actually kind of surprised they never put multiplayer in that bolt gun game that they had come out recently, because I thought bolt gun would have been pretty good multiplayer. I played the original Doom and the original Quake quite a lot multiplayer. Like, I don't know what year the original Doom came out. It was probably like, I think Quake was 1996. So Doom would have been a few years before that. So I don't think it was, maybe it was Ultimate Doom I played a bit online. But yeah, I thought they might have put multiplayer into that bolt gun game. I think it would suit multiplayer. I think there's a better chance to do RTS for Warhammer 40k. Yeah, they've struggled, haven't they, ever since... Because they had the first Dawn of War game that was brilliant, and then they did a couple of iterations of Dawn of War, but they never quite hit the heights that they had on the first game. RTS is a hard genre to get right, I think. Like, I would love to work on an RTS, but I think it would be hard genre to get right, and also hard genre to monetize right. Because it's not like people subscribe or pay subscription or anything for RTS, right? You just buy it once. So you have to always be still selling copies of the game or getting new players in that are excited about the game. I think it's probably, I think it might be quite hard to sell skins inside RTS as well. I don't know. Because RTS was like the big genre. At one point, RTS was the genre that like all the best games were RTS, and then it disappeared, right? I love Dawn of War 2, says the guy with a Russian name. Go remind me, dude, because you've been in chat before. Remind me what your name is in English so I can remember this time and call you by the right name. Because I have no idea what any of those letters are. I mean, I'm not even good at English. Eugene, that's it. Okay, sorry, Eugene. I'll try and remember that. Eugene, like Eugene from Walking Dead, okay. RTS sells special units and skins. Yeah, I suppose they can sell DLC like campaigns and stuff like that, but I still think it might be... I don't know why RTS has dried up as much as it has. Because, like, I guess 10 years ago, I think it was 10 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, when StarCraft 2 came out, that was like the pinnacle of RTS. I actually have all 3 StarCraft Collector's Edition. I even got StarCraft 1 Collector's Edition. Look at that. That's going back old school. It's got a... Man, it still smells new when I open it. This collector's edition is like, it's got a code, a battle permit, that you are the proud owner of StarCraft 1, collector's edition number 2600. Oh my god, I didn't even remember this. Oh, I've still got the sticker. Do you guys see that? Like, it's a bumper sticker for StarCraft. It's just sat inside this collector's edition box. From, I don't know what year this is from. It's from, no, it doesn't even have a year on it. Maybe it's got a year on this other bit. PC CD-ROM. You could play it on Windows 95, so I mean, I guess it's, I think there was Windows 97, wasn't there? Oh, it's 1997, yeah. 1997. I've had that for almost 25 years. You got any Blood Angels Terminators you can show a brother? Yeah? Of course. Of course I can. 1 second. Let me... I'm about to wrap up the stream anyway in the next couple of minutes, so let me... the Terminators I have finished are Lightning Claw, Thunderhammer Terminators. My shooting Terminators, I do not have any finished. I've got a bunch half done, but none finished. That's why I'm annoyed that the close combat Terminators aren't good this edition, because they're the ones that I got painted. I think the regular ones are better this time around. Yvengi is the pronunciation. Okay, I'll try and remember. Yvengi. Must admit that I have a terrible memory though, so if I forget again, please don't be offended. I really have a terrible memory. Right. Blood Angels Terminator. I'll get one with a shield. I'll get one with Lightning Claw. Jim has a mouse pad from pre-ordering Duke Nukem. I came here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. I must admit, I only saw that movie for the first time this year. It was actually a Christmas present from my wife, and she said to me, like, I really hope you like it, because you know, like, it's a movie from the 80s, and she was worried I wouldn't like it. I friggin' loved it. One of my all-time favourite movies is John Carpenter's The Thing. So I suppose it made sense that I would love another John Carpenter movie, but yeah, if you've never seen They Live, you should watch it. What a great movie that was. Terminators. Alright, both my Terminators that I've got here are probably some sort of variant on the Blood Angels Terminator squad, right? Like, I probably customized them with something that doesn't belong within their kit. This Lightning Claw guy. This shoulder pad looks like it's made of resin, so it's probably like the Forge World. Blood Angels Terminator shoulder pads, I don't think you get those anymore. But this would have been from the Blood Angels Terminator kit. And then this one, I think this might be a Space Hulk shield. I'm not sure it's a... Oh look, this is the one that everybody hates. This is the one with the Primaris helmet. Yay! Now, if you've never made a Terminator with a Primaris helmet, can I just tell you that it is a cool thing to have a Terminator with a Primaris helmet. What happened was, this guy was on the battlefield and he dropped his helmet. He couldn't find it. So I don't know if... I think that shoulder pad is I think that comes in the Blood Angels Terminator kit. I think that bit, the rim thing at the top, probably comes in that kit. I don't know if that Storm Shield came from the kit, but I like to do a bit of kit bashing here and there. So, I don't understand why you guys hate the Primaris helmet so much. But people, it really opinionated. It's an abomination. Don't get it. It's just a fucking helmet. Like, he dropped his helmet in the battlefield. He's either going to be shot through the head and die, or wear the wrong helmet. He's going to wear the wrong helmet, guys. I need to put Primaris helmets on the new ones. You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna laugh so hard. I think I put a beak helmet on one of the new ones just to drive the drama. I need to put this guy in a thumbnail, and what will happen is I'll just get 100,000 likes on the video, or 100,000 views, because everyone will just come into the video and be like, "What the shit is that?" It's a Terminator. Alright, look, I got one that doesn't have the... I got a thinner hammer one. This one was one of those, what were they called? The Space Marine Heroes? So this guy's in like a Space Marine Hero style pose. So this guy will have nothing that makes him Blood Angels, I guess, apart from this random transfer I put on him. But if you can find any of the Space Marine Heroes on eBay, I think their poses are pretty cool or dynamic. But then Yeah, I suppose you can't get melee Terminators yet anymore, right? Like you get the bolter Terminators, but you can't get ones with storm shields and thunderhammers. So maybe there is still some merit in buying those Space Marine heroes if you can get the one with a thunderhammer. Maybe. Okay. Night. I'm going to call it a night, guys. Sorry again that there was no live battle tonight. I did want to play. I will announce whenever there's a new battle. Because I'm going to be using that Tabletop Tactics app to record our games. Put them in the app. Right, anyone that wasn't here at the start of the stream, just before we go, what do you think of this? Do you like it? Do you think it's too much? I was trying to build a potential event shirt or a Blood Angel shirt that incorporates red for Blood Angels, black for Death Company, and gold for the Sangre Guard. Not that we run any Sangre Guard at the moment, but still, I was trying to build it. I might try and build like a couple more designs and then share them. Sure we'll get new Assault Marines this edition, or Assault Terminators. Yep, I mean, we probably will. It just I don't know when you know, I guess no one knows when that'll happen. Yeah, it's great to see you, Chris, too. Thanks for dropping by. Leave a like. Like I said, sorry there is no live battle tonight. There is a new tactics video coming on Friday. I'll be back to try and finish those heavy intercessors, or I was going to say maybe one more session. They might be ready for transfers. I mean, in terms of battle ready, they're pretty darn close now. So yeah, maybe we'll get to the heavy intercessors super close in this next session. So I'll probably be back Saturday night trying to finish the damn heavy intercessors. Have a great night, guys. Leave a like on the stream if you didn't do that already. The shirt's better than the Primaris Terminator. The red of the logo disappears into the red of the shirt. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can make, like, this website lets you make all sorts of shirts, right? And you can colorize them. But I'm really not an artist. I'm going to have to make, like, a few designs, I guess. And try and share. See, like, some of these designs are just so much. Like, I was trying to put the 3 Blood Angels colours in there. Black. Yeah, like that. That's like some sort of Hawaiian nonsense. Like, that's way... I don't think I like that at all. Anyway, I'm going to try and come up with something. See if we can find one that people might actually want. Cool. I'll see you guys on Friday's tactics video. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Have a great week. We'll hang out Saturday. And I'll let you know when the live battle is next week. Probably not going to be Wednesday. Alright. See you later, guys. Enjoy your evening. Peace.